Hey guys, what's up? It's Stick with Laura, and I'm back today with another weekly plan with me. This week, I'm planning November the 3rd through the 9th in my Aura Estelle A5 Wide Cloud Planner using my Caress Press 2025 inserts. And this week, I use the kit also from Caress Press called Cozy Tales. I thought this art was super cute, and I didn't get to do much fall art this year besides I think like one other spread. The rest has pretty, or maybe like, I guess the pumpkin patch is more fall than Halloween. I don't know. But I did a lot of Halloween spreads in October, so I wanted to do some fall now that it's actually feeling autonomous. So I decided to do this kit now that it's actually feeling like fall outside. I like to do fall in November, but there wasn't too much fall art released, not too much art released in general, but especially fall. So my next two spreads are going to be wicked cool. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. If you haven't watched my lineup, go check that out. But yeah, I use these really cute autumn 2, I think, underlays from Plannahannah. And over that, I used a foil bundle, the maple foil bundle from Caress Press as well. And it's in like a beautiful, like chunky pixie gold, emphasis on the chunky. And I also ended up using some Chicago overlays from Hannah Shop because I did go to Chicago this week, which was really fun. I accompanied my husband on a work trip that he was going on, and it was the same week as the Chicago Planner Conference, but we ended up leaving like before that on Saturday, early in the day. So yeah, I think I looked at tickets, but they were sold out. So I just didn't even try. But I had a lot of fun with my husband. I've been to Chicago before, but my husband had not. And I only went once on like a middle school band trip, which was very different. But it was such a beautiful time, beautiful city. It was beautiful weather. I think it snowed like the night after we left. So we got out before all that, which I was very glad about. And yeah, it was just really fun times. So excited to get into this weekly spread. I unfortunately didn't have a Chicago themed kit to use. I did get Chicago art from like Sugar Pop Fizz or something. I don't know. It's in one of my hauls that I'm using in my journal. And I asked them if they'd come out with a weekly kit, but they said not this year. So I was like, all good. I'll just use a fall kit. And it was super fall like down there. It was honestly beautiful time of year to go right before the cold front. So no regrets. But yeah, it was really fun week. And I think this base looks so, so cute. I love the overlays, the bougie overlays on top of the Plannahannah underlays. I feel like I have officially gone into the club where I can't use like just one underlay, which is so unfortunate for my budget and my planner, but not for my eyes or for your eyes. So I hope you enjoy my bases because I certainly do. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the base. I had extenders on Tuesday and Thursday, but not extenders. I didn't want to use extenders because my planner is getting really thick. So I just used extra boxes, like extra underlays and not full boxes. So yeah, but I'm going to get into this day by day. I did color block. I pulled from some gold SPC doodles, and then I had a bunch of customs that I pre-ordered from Hannah's shop before this trip. So I had a bunch of stuff ready to go. Okay, so on Monday I worked. So I'll put that in here, and then we took the dogs on a walk. I also want to apologize that my nails are gross looking. I got in a bad car accident and then couldn't sit up, and then we didn't have a car. But now we actually today in real time, when I'm filming this a week after this, it's like the Tuesday after this, we bought a car. Our first ever car we bought because Jake has bought a car, but I never have. So it was the first one I've bought, and I guess we bought it together, so that we've bought together, but it was very exciting. Anyways, I have this SPC doodle and a Plannahannah custom for working. I worked all day this day, and then we walked Mochi and Ollie. I have a Whimsy Plans custom of Jake and Ollie and a Plannahannah custom, and then we took the dogs to Petco. I don't really know why. I really don't know why we went to Petco. Oh, we wanted to get them bones before we were leaving as a way to distract them when we dropped them off, and it was a very effective technique. So we dropped off Ollie at our friend's place, and he was staying at our friend's in Maryland, so we had to drop him off the night before because we were going to be busy like the morning of. We wanted to vote, and then we had to drop off Mochi, and our flight was leaving in at noon, so we had a lot to squeeze in. And then I did tidy up. We dropped off Ollie. I watched Monday Night Football. We tidied up the house, and then I packed. Ollie's like snoring in his sleep, and it's like scaring me. Okay. Ollie. 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 Can you stop snoring? Okay. Dropped off Ollie. I used some of the icons from the foil bundle if I could. That's a custom from the sheet I got for this trip, and then this is a SPC doodle from one of my old samplers when I was on her Scribble Squad. We watched Monday Night Football. I cleaned the house, and then I packed. I'm sorry, I can't use all my brain power to tell you where everything is from this week. I feel like there's just too many stories. So if you have any questions, if I miss it, just leave them down below or look on my Instagram and it will be tagged. Okay, this day I woke up and weighed myself, and I had lost 25 pounds since I started my weight loss journey. But then I ended up spending the rest of the morning throwing up profusely, which was terrible. I woke up so early. I took a shower before the trip and got everything ready, packed up everything, packed up Mochi stuff, and then I was very, very, very sick. So sick. And I think it might be because I was anxious about leaving Mochi with my brother, who did not take the best care of Mochi, if I'm being honest. So I ended up being right in my fears, but that's definitely why, because I have a history of getting sick before trips because of leaving my dogs. And I mean, I knew Ollie was fine, but poor Mochi was going to my brother's place, who he's married to someone who does not really like dogs. So yeah. Anyways, we voted this day. We turned the state blue, which was exciting. Voted for Abigail Spanberger. This was such a joyous day. We were watching the news in the hotel when we got to Chicago. It was such a great day. And then I did start a new audiobook this day in the airport. I started The Perfect Divorce. And then we had our flight from Dulles to Chicago. And then we got in, and our hotel room wasn't ready. So we walked around the Riverwalk. We were staying on the Riverwalk. Sorry, I was distracted because Jake's blasts his audiobook, and I cannot focus and plan and listen to all that external noise. It's just so unnecessary. Anyways, this is very squishy, but it's okay. Our hotel room was not ready yet. We were staying first at a nicer hotel. We stayed at the Wit, and Jake got like a room with a view because we were going because he had a work trip, and he works at a very nice company that treats us very well. And they always get us really nice rooms, and this was no exception. We had a view of the Chicago Theater, and it was so beautiful at night specifically. I posted pictures on my Instagram, so you probably all saw that, but it was just so beautiful. So we walked around the Riverwalk because our room wasn't ready, and then we got a text that our room was ready, and we checked in. I ended up working this whole trip and taking no PTO because I'm going to Hawaii later, and I ended up having to use some of my PTO in October for my accident, which just sucks for me. And my job kind of like, it's nice because I can set my own schedule and I can work remote and like whatever, but I mean, the remote part is new. Like other jobs I couldn't even work remote, but anyways, I just have no PTO and it just sucks. And I also get no days off. Like Jake had Veterans Day off today. Nope, not a thing for me. Would never get that off. Anyways, we checked into the hotel and then I had to work. So I worked, and then what do I want to use? I'll use this. I watched Dancing with the Stars, and then I was absolutely starving. Jake went to a dinner this night, and I was just like doing my own thing, working pretty much, because I had a bunch of assessments due this week too. So I ended up billing a lot of hours from Chicago, but I was starving because I was watching Dancing with the Stars, and then that ended at 9, but it was like 10 our time, and I basically hadn't eaten all day. So we went up to the rooftop of the Wit, which was the hotel we were staying at, which was so nice. Apparently it turns into like a dance club on the weekends. And we got Shirley Temples and some food. And then I ended up taking a bath this night because the view was like, the windows were like of the Chicago Theater from the bath, and it was just so beautiful, and I just enjoyed every second of it. So I took a bath in a really nice bathtub in our hotel that was financed by Jake's company and not us because we could never afford something like that. And you'll see we switched to a different hotel later on. This day, Jake was in office all day. He was in his office. They have an office in, Chicago. So he was in office. So I went to mark that. And then I did work this day. And then afterwards, we went shopping and walked around. We were at the Riverwalk and the Sloop, I think it's called. I don't know. So this is an icon from the foil bundle. I had all these scripts like already made because I knew kind of what we were doing. So then, yeah, I worked. This is from my old SPC sampler and a Plannahannah custom. And then we went to the Riverwalk. I use a lot of these Paper Milk like location stickers because I don't really know what to use. I don't really have a lot of good travel stickers. And then we ended up walking to Navy Pier because I had this obsession about going to Navy Pier because when I was in middle school, we went to Navy Pier and it was like so packed, and like I just remember it being so fun, and then it was completely dead. Obviously it was out of season, but it was just really funny because I was like so let down. And then Jake didn't want to ride the Ferris wheel because he's scared of Ferris wheels. I don't even know if you could ride it that day, but it was just like not really the move. But yeah, so did I forget to pull out? I think oh no, I didn't. Okay. So yeah, that was basically that. We went to Navy Pier. It was dead AF, but the views were phenomenal. And we went at night. I guess it's more lit during the day. And I also think it's probably more fun for like kids because there's like a kids museum there. But we did that, and then I was like, okay, I don't want to go back there next time I come. We went on a date. Sorry, I'm all confused because my laptop screen keeps dimming. We went on a date to this Italian restaurant, and we got this truffle gnocchi, which was so good. Jake didn't like it because he doesn't like truffle, but the gnocchi was so freaking good. I had a mental breakdown this day. Oh man, this is because my brother texted me about mochi, and I was really sad because I'm not gonna get into it. It's just like family drama at this point, but I was just sad. And then I just cuddled Jake. And that was my first part of the week. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, on Thursday, we checked out of that hotel because Jake only had the hotel for the days he was working, which were just Tuesday and Thursday. So we had to check out, and we had to check into a new hotel just down the block. It was also a Hilton. It was the Hilton Garden Inn. But it was just a lot less bougie. And then we went, should I break this up differently? No. Okay. I didn't really need an extender this day, but I used one. I don't really know why. But I did. So we checked out of our one hotel, the Wit, and then down the street we checked into our new hotel. I'm using a credit card because they asked for a credit card to be on file for whatever charges. Anyways, we got Parisians this day, which were so good. Jake and I love Parisians. We've always gone them together, so we got a good ass Parisian. And then we went on an architecture boat tour because we both heard really good things about that. So we went on one, and thank God we went this day because it was starting to get cold down there, and it was beautiful this day. So we went on an architecture boat tour. That was honestly the highlight of like the best thing we did, in my opinion. Like touristy wise, I like to do touristy stuff if you can't tell. So yeah, it was just so beautiful, and my dad's an architect, so I really appreciate like good architecture. And it was just so beautiful. Like the architecture on the river is so freaking beautiful. And then we went to Millennium Park after, which was right by where we were staying. And at Millennium Park, they have the Bean. I use a lot of these Stick with the Planco traveling stickers because, again, didn't have a lot of traveling stickers. The Bean was kind of underwhelming, but we got really good pictures from this guy. So shout out to him. He complimented Jake's drip and then proceeded to take really amazing photos of us. So that was fun. And then afterwards, we went to the Nutella Cafe, which is also by Millennium Park, which I wanted to try, and I loved it. I mean, the crêpe wasn't that good, but we got like a Nutella crêpe with strawberries and bananas, and then a Nutella hot cocoa. It was so good. Jake was like, this isn't that good, but I was like, no, it's so good. And then I worked again this night. I was still working, but we did all that before I worked, which, you know, shout out to us because we were grinding. And then we got pizza takeout. Someone DM'd me on Instagram to get this pizza place, but I think we just ordered the wrong thing. I think we should have gone thin crust, but we got like the regular crust, and we both don't really like the deep dish style. So yeah, we didn't really like it that much, but we tried it and had pizza, I guess, which is the Chicago thing to do. Those are both from the Crest Press foil bundle. Can you even see it? No. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. That was my last extender day. on Friday, our final day in Chicago, we went to Chinatown this morning, which was really fun. And then we got boba from this really good place. I much enjoyed this boba. And then afterwards, we got dim sum. Jake got some sesame chicken. He loves sesame chicken. So yeah, just had our little early afternoon, morning in Chinatown. I use another one of those Happy Diet stickers. Again, my traveling stickers are pretty limited, so when we're in Hawaii, I guess I can just use all summer stickers in Hawaii, but yeah, Chicago was kind of hard. So we got dim sum, and then we went down to Andersonville because I was like going on Reddit to see like where is good places to shop, and why am I using brown? A lot of people said Andersonville. So we went down there and I had no regrets. That was so fun. One of my favorite stores was Raygun, personally. I had a ball there. I spent so much money there. So yeah, we had a blast. And then we went on another date. Oh, we went to this random ass place, honestly, because he kept trying to get this reservation at this steakhouse his friends recommended, but the times never worked out because I had to work like pretty much every day, except I didn't work this Friday because I had already billed like 30 plus hours. But yeah, he kept trying to go to the steakhouse, so we didn't make reservations anywhere else because he really wanted to go to the steakhouse, but then it didn't work out. So we went to this random like milkshake burger bar, I don't know, for our date. And then I finished The Rule Book this day by Sarah Adams, which was like okay. It was like 3 or 4 stars. On Saturday, we checked out of our hotel and started our journey home. We flew from Chicago to Dulles. And I just listened to my audiobook the whole time, pretty much, The Perfect Divorce. So we checked out of our hotel, said goodbye to Chicago. I'm pretty sure it snowstormed like this night or the next day. So I was very glad we got out of there because I was so ready to see my dogs. Flew from Chicago to Dulles, and like I said, on the flight, I listened to my audiobook the whole time. And then we picked up both the dogs. So we picked up Mochi, who was staying with my brother right by the airport by Dulles. So we picked her up really fast. And then we had to drive to Maryland. Oh my God, I used all my green little things. That's whack-a-doodle. I think I might cut this, to be honest. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this because I cut that a little too much, but it's okay. I used all my green little things and I don't know. It's just too much. Ollie, cut that little thing because I just don't have a lot of room here and I have a lot of things to mark. We're just gonna, that does not fit. Let's see if I can squeeze this. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. We squeezed that all in, but we made that work. I'm probably going to cut that off because that was cut that out of the video because that was terrible to watch. But yeah, we picked up mochi from my brother right by Dulles. And then we picked up Ollie in Maryland at our friend's place. And then we got sushi for dinner. I always crave Asian food because I don't trust Asian food elsewhere. And then I watched Wicked One Wonderful, is that what it's called? Wicked One Wonderful Night this night. It was so good. I really enjoyed it on Peacock. Finally on Sunday, we did run some errands because my parents were coming home from Australia and New Zealand the next day, and we were borrowing their car, but we ended up buying a car relatively soon. But we went to Target because they had this Wicked sweatshirt I really wanted. So I picked that up and I had to drive to like a further away Target for that because it was sold out everywhere, and I think it's so cute. I haven't tried it on though, so I should probably do that. So we went to Target, we got groceries, we walked the dogs, and then we had our little football Sunday. I think my parents actually came home this night. I don't know if I said the next day. It was very confusing when they were coming home, and my parents were very confused because the time difference is like 18 hours, and first it was Tuesday, then it was Monday, and then it was actually Sunday the whole time, and no one but me realized that. So yeah, it was very confusing. But we walked the dogs and then had a little football Sunday in which the Commanders lost for the 5th straight week, which basically started around when we got in our car accident, which is crazy. I finished the audiobook The Perfect Divorce this day, which was honestly so terrible. The first book was terrible too, but I don't know why I kept doing that to myself, but I just kept indulging in the series. No, I got the book on Libby for free. So the first time I did spend Audible credits, I won't lie, but the second time I got it for free on Libby. And yeah, my parents came home from the airport this day and they picked up Mochi, which I was sad about because she's my little gal pal. I love her to death and she loves me to death. And then I watched Sunday Night Football. This was a very, very, very busy and chaotic spread. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, my head kind of hurts. But yeah, it was a really busy week. We had a great time in Chicago though. Like I said, my favorites were the architecture boat tour for sure. Shopping in Andersonville, specifically the store Raygun. I love that store. And Anderson Galleria. I have worn this sweater like every day since I got it in Anderson Galleria. Making my money's worth. But yeah, it was just such a fun trip. And I'm going to fill everything out that didn't have a script, a custom script essentially, or a script already with my pen. And then I'm going to put down this sparkly gold leaf deco, and then I'll be back with the final spread. Alrighty guys, I filled out the spread with my pen for what I didn't have scripts for. I put down the deco bits. My planner is starting to burst. And yeah, I think this looks really cute. I love the foil combination. I don't think I mentioned the foil I used. I don't even know, from Plannahannah. It might be Sunset Hollow or Sunset Gold, or it's Autumn Gold or something. One of those. But yeah, I really love how this turned out. And I think this is super, super cute. My planner is so freaking heavy. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to show you guys this whole thing. But yeah, we had a great time in Chicago. I didn't vlog or anything like that, but I posted on my stories, and if you care enough, you can check out my personal Instagram. But that's pretty much it for this spread. Follow me on my planner Instagram, Stick with Laura, to see up close videos and pictures of this spread, as well as all the other spreads I do in my planner. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I will show you guys what I have left over. I definitely have enough leftovers now for like another round of D-Stash. If anyone's interested, you just have to pay shipping, which is usually just like a couple bucks, unless you want like a big thing of D-Stash, which I can definitely give. But then it's obviously more shipping. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.